This is your Pac-Man GP. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have some very exciting news for you. Recently, a patent was granted by the Indian Patent Office somewhere in the middle of April 2024. And this patent, after it got granted, it led to a lot of investor confidence rising, and because of which a lot of investment started pumping in the stock market for this company, and it led to the rising of the stocks of this particular company in whose name the patent was granted by 2.7%. So that was the effect which got generated because of the news that the patent has been granted in the name of this company. So I will be presenting the invention for which the patent has been granted. And it's something very exciting, because this is something that has never been heard of in the Indian industrial landscape or the patenting landscape. A patent gets granted, and that leads to the stock prices, the share prices of a company really shooting up. So this is a very novel phenomena, you can say. So without wasting any further time, I'm going to discuss this invention. I'll just share my screen. Bear with me, please. So the title of today's invention is ceiling fan blade mounting with extended lift angle causing broadening of resultant air delivery cone. A lot of technical terms have been disclosed right in the title of this invention, for which the patent has been granted recently by the Patent Office. So I will be dealing with those terms one by one. Thereafter, I'll be explaining the problem which the inventor has identified in the prior art or in the pre-existing technology. And after that, I will be also, talking about what is the solution or what is the invention for which the patent has been granted. So I will be, proceeding in this particular format. So moving on to the next slide. So the patent has been granted, the patent number 533002, and the patent has been granted in the name of Crompton Greaves Consumer Electricals Limited. So first of all, congratulations to Crompton Greaves company, and congratulations that the news that this patent has been granted led to a rise in the share prices by 2.7%. The news about the share prices rising by 2.7% has been reported in a website called tradebrains.in. The web link has been mentioned in the description. So if you want, you can go there and check it out. And before I proceed, I would urge all the listeners, all the viewers, to please subscribe to my channel, like this video, visit my other videos, view them, give your comments. If you have any questions, please post them in comments, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. So coming back to this particular invention for which the patent has been granted by the Indian Patent Office in the name of Crompton Greaves, we see a drawing of a ceiling fan which has been mounted on the ceiling of a room. We can see that there are two occupants in this room. Now, the ceiling fan, when it is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, okay, the air that is delivered from the blades of the ceiling fan, the air that is delivered, it is delivered in the form of a cone. So that cone is called as an air delivery cone. Okay, so we see that this gray area that looks like a cone, this is actually the air delivery cone, and this is the maximum expanse or the maximum sort of extent to which the air would be delivered when the ceiling fan would be in operation. Okay, now it is always desirable that this air delivery cone is as big as possible, so that the air can be delivered to the maximum extent to the far corners of the room in which the fan has been installed. Okay, so this is always desirable. So there are a lot of ways in the prior art by which different companies, different inventors, different people who are working in the ceiling fan space, they have developed different ways to increase the air delivery cone. But all these you can say methods by which the air delivery cone has increased in the prior art or in the pre-existing technology is very much traditional in nature, such that if you see the diagram or the drawing on your screen right now, we see that there is a ceiling fan and there is a blade that is attached to the motor hub of the ceiling fan. So the most of those solutions which the previous inventors have found in the pre-existing technology, they have a common theme. What is that common theme? That the blade is almost horizontal to the ground. Okay, it is straightish. We see it in the previous drawing also. The blade is straightish. It is almost horizontal to the ground. So when the fan starts, okay, when it is in operation, what happens is that because of the air pressure, the air that is sort of flowing below the blade of the fan, the under surface of the blade of the fan, so it sort of lifts the blade by a few degrees. The degrees can vary from 2 degrees to say 15 degrees, very very broadly. But that is as much as the lift that can be generated. Beyond 15 degrees or so, the lift is not possible. Now here we have to sort of consider this thing in our mind, that the lift angle, that is this angle, which is anywhere between 2 degrees to 15 degrees, the lift angle is directly proportional to the, we go back to the previous drawing, it is directly proportional to the cone angle, the air delivery cone angle, which means that higher the lift angle, therefore it will lead to a higher air delivery cone angle also at the same time. So it is always desirable to have a cone angle which is as high as possible. Okay, but in the traditional methods, in the traditional ceiling fans that we see, the lift angle is sort of increased only with the help of air pressure. That too, when the fan is in operation, the air, it sort of lifts the blade of the fan in the upward direction, and that is where the lift angle is sort of generated. And because of the marginal increase in the lift angle, the air delivery cone also marginally increases, but that is as much as it can get. So this is the problem which our inventor has identified in the prior art. Okay, so in order to overcome this problem, what our inventor has conceptualized, we'll come to the next slide. So this is the front view of the ceiling fan, which has been invented by our inventor. And here you see the fan motor hub is in the center, and from the fan motor hub, a proximal attachment end has been connected, and to this proximal attachment end, a fan blade is connected. I will urge you to follow my pointer. Okay, but here the fan blade is installed at a very heavy angle, at a very high angle. So here what our inventor has done is that the fan blade angle has been installed at an angle of 45 degrees to the ground. So now this is a very heavy, very high sort of a lift angle. So because of this, what has happened is that the air delivery cone automatically gets increased. Okay, a very small intervention has been inserted over here. The proximal attachment end has been designed in such a way such that the ceiling fan blade can be installed at a very heavy or a very, very high lift angle of 45 degrees. Okay, so this is what is a part of the inventive step. And because of this, now this is again a perspective, or maybe you can call it a front view of the ceiling fan as per an embodiment of the present invention. Because of this, what has happened is that the sweep diameter. So what is a sweep diameter? Sweep diameter is the total circumference around which the fan is rotating, okay, in the anti-clockwise direction, the ceiling fan. And the entire circumference is called as a sweep. So the sweep diameters becomes small. It becomes a little bit compact. We again go back to the previous figure, the first figure. You see the sweep diameter is from left hand sort of corner of the ceiling fan, and it goes right up to the right hand corner on the other side. So this is the sweep, you can say the sweep diameter. Okay. Technically speaking, this straight line over here, you can say this is the sweep diameter. Okay. Now, because the blades are positioned at a lift angle of 45 degrees, this sweep diameter becomes shortened. Okay, this straight line becomes short. Can you visualize that? If you can, it is great. And therefore, because the sweep angle is at the sweep diameter is shortened, the lift angle is at 45 degrees. This cone, the angle of this particular air delivery cone, it becomes more, and therefore the air is delivered to the far corners of the room with the help of this particular arrangement or this particular technical intervention. So this is generally the invention for which the patent has been granted, and that led to the share prices of Crompton Greaves Consumer Electricals Company Limited to rise by 2.7%. What are the key features or the key elements which the inventor or which this particular patentee has claimed in their granted patent? Let us see them one by one. Okay. So here the key features are that the blades are mounted at a higher lift angle of 45 degrees. We have already seen that. Okay. So the higher lift angle at 45 degrees. Okay. Because of which the air delivery cone angle, it gets a little bit, it gets expanded. The next feature is that the air delivery cone angle is at around 10 degrees to 14 degrees at low speed range. So we know that the ceiling fan speed can be regulated with a regulator. So when it is operating at a low speed, the air delivery cone angle is at 10 degrees to 14 degrees. When it is at mid speed range, it is between 24 and 28 degrees. And when it is at the highest speed, it is at 42 degrees, which is huge, so far as air delivery cone angle is concerned. This particular angle at the highest speed is at 42 degrees. And therefore, with this, the far corners of the room, even if the room is big, the far corners of the room it gets delivered by the air that is swept by the fan. So this is today's invention, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you liked it. So far as the claim drafting style is concerned, I genuinely feel that this is a very limiting sort of a claim. Okay. And I feel that if at all any competitor or any other person develops a ceiling fan or creates or invents a ceiling fan with even a higher lift angle of say 50 degrees or even 46 degrees or even 45.5 degrees, it will be very easy for that particular developer or inventor or competitor to bypass this particular claim or this particular patent which has been granted in the name of Crompton and Greaves. And it will be very difficult for Crompton and Greaves to stop such kind of a manufacturer or competitor or inventor. So I feel it is a very limiting claim, and this is exactly what happens when figures like 45 degrees, 280 RPM, 10 degrees to 14 degrees. These figures, they become very limiting in nature. They limit the scope of the claim. They limit the expanse of the claim, and therefore I think as a drafting methodology or as a drafting style, perhaps this is something that should be borne in mind. So thank you very much. If you like today's video, please subscribe to my channel at the rate of Patman GP. Please like, share, and comment to this video. And this is your very own Patman GP.